You want bread?
Yes, please.
$3! What? No soup for you!
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the moments from television that fans have returned to again and again, either through clips, memes, or seeing the entire thing again. Since many of these moments involve plot points, there will be spoilers ahead.
Be curious, not judgmental. I like that.
Number 30, hallway fight, Daredevil. Basically, anytime Matt Murdock fights goons in an enclosed space is worth watching multiple times. However, the first time blew everyone away and is arguably the most rewatchable. In only the show's second episode, Matt dons his mask and sets out to rescue a boy from the Russian mafia. In one continuous take, the proto-Daredevil beats up thugs as they leave several rooms to attack him. The camera moves back and forth down the hallway, weaving between the combatants. The gritty realism of the scene and unrelenting action made it an instant favorite among fans, and it remains incredibly watchable. Number 29, The Dance, Wednesday. Few things can make a show blow up quite like a good dance. Such is the case with this scene, in which the titular Wednesday Addams attends a dance with Tyler. We and her partner can only stare and watch in awe at her eclectic and distinctive dance moves. Set to the song Goo Goo Muck by The Cramps, the dance itself became an overnight dance trend on TikTok, while the original performance has been watched and rewatched hundreds of millions of times. Not bad for something actress Jenna Ortega came up with herself. Number 28, The Reveal, The Good Place. Sometimes a twist is just so good, you've got to watch it unfold again. The first season finale of this afterlife comedy sees the Good Place neighborhood members forced to choose two of their number to go to the bad place.
Jason and I are the mistakes. We're the ones who misled everybody and dragged you all into this mess, so we should go to the bad place.
Agreed.
Yes.
Okay, thought you were gonna at least pretend to fight me on that, but whatever.
However, as they're arguing over which of them will sacrifice themselves, Eleanor has an epiphany. She calls Michael and Sean in because she's figured it out. This situation feels like torture, and that would mean they've been in the bad place all along.
This is the bad place.
And while Eleanor may ruin everything for Michael here, the internet basically ruined this twist for everyone who didn't watch it live. Thanks, algorithm. Number 27, Homelander Kills a Guy, The Boys. Yeah, that title's pretty vague. Homelander kills lots of guys. However, for most of the show, America's golden soup with a dark side keeps his sociopathy under wraps.
All right, good to see you.
I love you guys. You are America. True patriots.
That all changes when he drops in on a rally and is joined by his son Ryan. While their reception is initially positive, someone eventually throws a can, hitting Ryan, and Homelander promptly kills the man. Instead of condemnation, he receives a roar of approval. Though, to be fair, he probably would have killed them if they had rejected him. Homelander's gleeful reaction to the crowd's support of his wanton murder has become the subject of many memes. Number 26, School Fight, Cobra Kai. Given its focus on martial arts, there are many fight scenes in Cobra Kai, but this scene in the season 2 finale has everyone coming back for more. On the first day of school, the rivalry between Cobra Kai and Miyagi-Do boils over in a hallway after Tori calls out Sam over the intercom.
You know what you did, and now you're gonna pay for it. I'm coming for you, bitch!
Students from both dojos take part in what becomes a brawl that spills into other areas of the school. The chaotic nature of the melee and the good choreography make it entertaining for die-hard fans and newcomers alike. Even seasons after it happened, people are still returning to this fight, whether to appreciate the matchups or dissecting who's at fault.
No mercy.
Number 25, A Jedi Returns, The Mandalorian. Things look hopeless for Din Djarin, Grogu, and the rest of the crew when they're cornered on Moff Gideon's ship with Dark Troopers knocking at the door.
You're about to face off with the Dark Troopers. You had your hands full with one. Let's see how you do against a platoon.
And then, a lone X-Wing arrives. The Dark Troopers stop attacking and focus their attention on the new arrival, a hooded Jedi wielding a green lightsaber. Anyone watching knows immediately that it's Luke Skywalker. Seeing the original trilogy hero wreck the Dark Troopers through various hallways is pure cinema on the small screen. Star Wars fans remain largely divided these days, but this singular moment has all of us returning to watch again and again. Number 24, Dawn on the Hilltop, Mad Men. Everyone loves a good ending, and the conclusion of Mad Men inspired many fans to rewatch it.
I can't move.
Sure you can. I'm late. I don't want to walk in by myself.
We get a montage of most of the cast and what they're doing with their lives, and it all ends on Dawn on an oceanside retreat in California. He takes part in group meditation, but instead of inner peace, Dawn smiles for another reason. Cut to the Coca-Cola Hilltop ad, arguably the biggest TV ad of the 1970s.
I like to teach the world to sing. Sing with me.
Don may not find himself, but he does find a magnum opus of an ad idea, which is the perfect note to end the show on. Number 23, Dr. Cox's Breakdown, Scrubs. While it's mostly a sitcom, Scrubs can also hit you right in the feels. After an organ donor turns out to have had rabies, Dr. Cox loses 2 of the patients who received the organs.
I was obsessed with getting those organs.
You had to be. The fact is, those people were going to die in a number of hours, and you had to make a call. I would have made the same call.
Yeah.
Yes.
JD consoles his mentor, admitting he would have made the same choice and there was no reason to suspect rabies. And things might have turned around for the depressed doctor, if they weren't paged about a third patient, the one Cox is closest to. As the phrase "how to save a life" plays, Dr. Cox tries in vain to save his friend. He ultimately breaks down, appearing ready to quit over his guilt.
Where are you going? Your shift's not over. Hey! Remember what you told me? The second you start blaming yourself for people's deaths, there's no coming back.
Yeah.
Between the music and the phenomenal acting, it's no wonder fans keep rewatching this moment. Number 22, Lucy Ricardo and the Chocolate Factory. I love Lucy. Automation is supposed to make work easier, but that's not always the case. When Lucy and Ethel take jobs at a chocolate factory, they flunk out of several departments and end up wrapping chocolates on a conveyor belt.
All right, girls, now this is your last chance. If one piece of candy gets past you and into the packing room unwrapped, you're fired.
Yes, ma'am.
Let her roll!
With this being their last chance, they're told not to let any chocolates go unwrapped. However, as the belt goes faster and faster, the girls struggle to keep wrapping, resorting to stuffing the candy in their mouths and hats. And when their supervisor sees them doing a good job, she tells the operators to speed things up.
Fine, you're doing splendidly. Speed it up a little!
It's a classic comedy moment for a reason, with viewers rewatching it for around 75 years and counting. Number 21, Omar in Court, The Wire. This incredible crime drama features many iconic scenes, but Omar Little, a robber of drug dealers, helps make this one particularly rewatchable.
And what is your occupation?
Occupation?
What exactly do you do for a living, Mr. Little?
I rip and run. I robs drug dealers.
As revenge for his boyfriend's murder, Omar falsely testifies that his killer Bird also killed a witness against D'Angelo Barksdale. Omar's frank testimony and undeniable wit are eminently watchable. If that weren't enough to win over the jury, his cross-examination by corrupt defense attorney Maury Levy only makes Omar's particular code of honor more apparent.
I got the shotgun. You got the briefcase. It's on the game though, right?
Plus, it's just so satisfying to see Omar turn things back on Levy and lawyers in general. It's all in the game. Number 20, Dragons over Rook's Rest, House of the Dragon. Dragon-on-dragon combat is basically the promise built into the Dance of Dragons, the civil war between Targaryens in this Game of Thrones prequel. And fans finally get a taste in the Battle of Rook's Rest. The initial clash between Rhaenys' dragon Meleys and the would-be king Aegon's Sunfire is brutal enough, but then Aemon arrives on the massive dragon Vhagar. Aegon is elated to see his brother, at least until Aemon instructs Vhagar to burn him out of the sky. The following clash between Vhagar and Meleys is spectacular, with both dragons locking claws like birds of prey and tearing and burning at each other. Rhaenys and her dragon may lose, but their last stand makes for breathtaking viewing. Number 19, Red Light Greenlight, Squid Game. Given a chance to escape their debts, a group of desperate people are brought to compete in various games. The first of these is Red Light Greenlight, with an animatronic little girl denoting when the contestants can run or not.
술래가 무궁화 꽃이 피었습니다를 외치는 동안 전진할 수 있으며.
However, things quickly turn when they all realize that moving even a little during a red light results in them being killed. This death game series is very rewatchable in general, thanks to its discreet and hyper-violent games. However, its first one is perhaps its most popular. The sequence is Squid Game distilled, with some players screwing over others, strategizing by hiding behind others, and even a last-second save. We could watch it to the moon and back. Number 18, Running Up That Hill, Stranger Things. Although 11 reading Hopper's letter was a contender, this moment simply broke the internet. Max Mayfield finds herself trapped in the mindscape by the monstrous Vecna.
It is time, Max. Time for you to join me.
Meanwhile, in the real world, her friends try to reach her by playing her favorite song, Running Up That Hill by Kate Bush. This, along with recalling all the good times with her friends, allows Max to break free of Vecna's clutches and run for the portal to the real world. The visuals are incredible, the music is peak, it inspired a resurgence of popularity for the song, and it acts as a powerful metaphor for overcoming depression. This scene is Stranger Things firing on all cylinders. Number 17, The Truth About the Chicken, MASH. The series finale of this war dramedy has many memorable moments, but its most rewatched is perhaps its most tragic. While being treated for post-traumatic stress, Hawkeye Pierce relates an incident where he was aboard a bus and everyone had to keep quiet to avoid a nearby enemy patrol.
Keep that damn chicken quiet!
Then what happened?
Then they went back toward the front of the bus.
And what happened next?
He instructed a refugee to keep her chicken quiet to avoid giving away their position. However, the woman tries too hard and ultimately she ends up smothering the poor animal. Except Hawkeye eventually realizes that he had repressed the truth. It wasn't a chicken, it was an infant. Seeing the normally jovial, sarcastic Hawkeye break down is heartbreaking. Yet the memorable twist and Alan Alda's acting have had people revisiting the scene for decades.
Bitch, why did you make me remember that?
You had to get it out in the open. Now we're halfway home.
Number 16, Barry versus Ronny and Lily. Barry. The episode Ronnie Lily in this dramedy about a hitman who wants to be an actor has too many rewatchable scenes for us to choose just one. Tasked by a cop to kill his ex-wife's new lover, Barry gets more than he bargained for when he tries to talk Ronnie into leaving town.
I have a car out there. I want you to drive to Chicago, and I need you to stay there for about a year.
Ronnie is a skilled fighter, and their tussle, shot in a long take, leaves both exhausted. Ronnie's daughter Lily adds some comedy when she comes home and proceeds to attack Barry like a feral mongoose.
I thought you were a dog. Get off me!
Then, a trip to the grocery store sees round 2 between Barry and Ronnie.
Your daughter's fine. Ronnie, come on, man. Don't be an asshole.
All the scenes have great blends of action and comedy that make them supremely rewatchable. Number 15, Not Penny's Boat. Lost. This moment from Lost's memorable Season 3 finale focuses on washed-up musician Charlie Pace. Warned that he'll die if he swims down to an underwater jamming station, Charlie does it anyway to help his fellow plane crash survivors get home.
You're inside a room full of equipment. There's a blinking yellow light above a switch. You flick the switch, light goes off, and you drown.
But he soon learns that their would-be rescuer isn't Desmond's wife Penny at all.
Hey, are you on the boat? Your boat? 80 miles offshore. Naomi, the parachutist.
I'm not on a boat. Who's Naomi?
when the window to his compartment is smashed open. He seals up the room to save Desmond's life and uses his last moments to write a warning to his friends. The show had many character deaths, but this is one of the most impactful and rewatchable. Number 14, Mike robs the Salamancas. Better Call Saul. Everybody loves badass old guys, and they don't get much cooler than Mike Trout. After observing the Salamancas' drug operation for several episodes, Mike finally puts his plan into action. He lays in wait for one of their ice cream trucks to return across the border. He then pulls out a homemade spike strip, causing the truck to crash. Mike gets the drop on the driver and ties him up. Finally, he cuts his way into the tires, extracting the cash hidden inside. It's a nearly flawless heist executed to perfection, and it's done in less than 5 minutes. Number 13, Tyrion's trial speech, Game of Thrones. As tempting as it was to choose an epic moment like the Battle of the Bastards for this entry, we have to go with this character-based moment. Charged with the murder of the king, Tyrion Lannister is put on trial.
They're found guilty, and the gods punish the accused.
A parade of witnesses, mostly made up of his family and enemies, though the two are not mutually exclusive, casts him in the worst light possible.
Once we'd got King Joffrey safely away from the mob, the imp rounded on him. He slapped the king across the face and called him a vicious idiot and a fool.
Although Tyrion's father has promised to allow Tyrion to join the Night's Watch when he's found guilty, Tyrion's former lover Shay taking the stand is the last straw.
State your name.
Shay.
Do you swear by all the gods that your testimony will be true and honest?
I swear it.
He delivers an impassioned tirade against the courtroom that features some spectacular acting from Peter Dinklage and has fans watching the scene again and again.
I saved this city and all your worthless lives. I should have let Stannis kill you all.
Number 12, Negan Kills Abraham and Glenn, The Walking Dead. With all the build-up over the villain Negan, it was only natural that he would make an impact. But only people who had read the comics could have predicted just how much of one.
I'm gonna kill you. What? I didn't quite catch that. You're gonna have to speak up.
With most of the protagonists at his mercy, Negan brutally smashes in Abraham's head.
You can breathe. You can blink. You can cry.
And he follows it up not long after by doing the same to Glenn.
I am sorry. I truly am.
While a deeply divisive moment, as it was the last straw for many viewers, it's a defining one that left most of us in such shock that the only way to process it was to see it again. Number 11, 90 Seconds, Chernobyl. Based on the real events surrounding the disaster at the Chernobyl nuclear power plant, Chernobyl has a plethora of horrific yet enthralling scenes. The most rewatchable, though, occurs in episode 4.
Joker. What the villain's name? Joker. Is it ready? It's ready.
After attempts to find robots capable of cleaning radioactive debris from a rooftop prove less than successful, those in charge of containing the disaster are forced to turn to biological resources: men.
Did you lose the signal?
It's not the signal, it's the vehicle.
The scene follows one worker through his single run removing debris, and it's as intense as anything else on our list, if not more so.
These are the most important 90 seconds of your lives.
The uninterrupted shot, along with the ticking of the Geiger counter and several stumbles, will set your nerves on edge from start to finish. Number 10. This is not meth. Breaking Bad.
What's your name? Heisenberg. Okay. Have a seat, Heisenberg.
As one of the most acclaimed shows to ever grace the small screen, Breaking Bad boasts many rewatchable moments. And while we were tempted to choose Walt's "I am the one who knocks" speech, we ultimately went with this season 1 episode.
This is not meth.
After drug kingpin Tuco Salamanca beats up Jesse and steals their meth, chemistry teacher turned meth cook Walter White confronts Tuco at his hideout. Although Tuco is derisive of Walt and incredulous that he brought him more drugs, the newly minted Heisenberg corrects him. It isn't meth, he tells Salamanca, before throwing a piece on the floor and causing an explosion. Although Walt had broken bad before, this moment was yet another big step, and it's a spectacle worth reliving multiple times. Number 9. Tracking shot, True Detective. True Detective offers twists and action aplenty, but this is easily its most famous and rewatchable scene. In order to find a suspect, Detective Cole infiltrates a gang that runs drugs. He joins them on a robbery to build trust with Ginger, the man who can point him to the suspect.
I come through for you on this tonight. I gotta know you're gonna hook me up. Because I got a real job I'm supposed to be doing. You got my word. You beg me on this, I beg you.
Unfortunately, it goes wrong, forcing Cole to take Ginger captive and get him out of the violent neighborhood as the police are called in. The tense 6-minute-long scene is one uninterrupted tracking shot that follows Cole as he tries to get himself and Ginger out alive.
I need you to be at Amelia Street between 18th and 19th in 90 seconds. You got it?
It is a spectacular shot, and it's worth rewatching for both the thrills and to marvel at the craft that went into it. Number 8. Surprise! Dexter. Some scenes are rewatchable based on their own merits. Others take on a life of their own once the internet gets a hold of them. This is one of the latter.
Okay, Deb. Don't be dead.
In the first season finale of Dexter, Sergeant James Dokes pursues the titular forensic blood spatter analyst / serial killer to a shipping yard, confronting him over his suspicions that Dexter is more than he appears.
Lab kicked my ass.
He announces himself in a hilariously memorable way.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Besides becoming a phrase commonly associated with the character, this line, and the scene as a whole, has become a popular meme, with fans using it to highlight moments when a character surprises another in a variety of other media, even varying the line to fit other situations. Number 7. America is not the greatest country in the world. The Newsroom. Aaron Sorkin is known for creating shows with timely political discourse. But among the most rewatched scenes he's ever penned comes from arguably one of his least well-known series.
Can you say in one sentence or less what... you know what I mean. Can you say why America is the greatest country in the world?
The first episode of The Newsroom sees moderate Republican news anchor Will McAvoy participating in a debate at a college, where the panelists are asked why America is the greatest country in the world.
Diversity and opportunity.
Lewis?
Freedom and freedom. So let's keep it that way.
Well,
the New York Jets.
Although at first giving a standard non-answer like the others, when pushed, McAvoy ultimately winds up, ruthlessly explaining why he believes America is in fact no longer the greatest country in the world. The speech is rewatchable because it's a fantastic reminder of what the country was, and what it should or could be. Plus, it is exceedingly well acted.
All right. And yeah, you, sorority girl, just in case you accidentally wander into a voting booth one day, there's some things you should know, and one of them is there is absolutely no evidence to support the statement that we're the greatest country in the world.
Number 6. The ending. The Sopranos. Concluding a TV show can be tricky, and the last episode of The Sopranos is one of the most discussed and rewatched finales ever. The series' final scene features Tony Soprano and his family in a diner, with daughter Meadow stuck outside parking.
Just a small town girl.
Hey.
The scene abruptly cuts to black when Tony looks to the door after it chimes. The ambiguity of the ending proved controversial and is still the subject of discussion today.
Don't stop.
Was it Meadow coming in or someone coming to kill Tony? By going back and dissecting it piece by piece, fans are still looking for answers even many years after it originally aired. Number 5. How Come He Don't Want Me, Man? The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Sitcoms are chock full of scenes that elicit laughter even upon repeat viewings. But this is one of the rare sitcom moments we revisit when we're in the mood for a good cry instead.
Will is not a coat that you hang in the closet, then pick it up when you're ready to wear it. His life goes on. He's not supposed to be here for you. You're supposed to be here for him. You get off my back!
In this episode, Will reconnects with his father, who's been absent from his life for 14 years. When his father again abandons him, Will gives a passionate speech to his Uncle Phil.
I'm gonna be a better father than he ever was. And I sure as hell don't need him for that, because ain't a damn thing he could ever teach me about how to love my kids.
He asserts that he learned to do plenty of things without him, and that he will show his own children love when he has them, before breaking down and questioning why his father doesn't seem to want him.
How come he don't want me, man?
It's a powerful scene that's worth rewatching both for its narrative strength and the quality of Will Smith's acting. Number 4, I Want It That Way, Brooklyn Nine-Nine. This cop comedy has some of the funniest cold opens on television during the 2010s, and this is perhaps its most memorable.
So, do you recognize any of these men?
I was hiding in the bathroom stall, so I didn't see his face, but I heard him. He was singing along to the music at the bar.
Do you remember what he was singing?
I think it was that song, I Want It That Way.
Backstreet Boys, I'm familiar.
When a witness to a crime reveals to Detective Jake Peralta that she didn't see a suspect's face and only heard him singing along to I Want It That Way by the Backstreet Boys, Jake has men in a lineup sing the song.
You are my fire.
Number 2, keep it going.
The one desire.
Number 3.
Despite being understandably weirded out by the request, the lineup actually manages to sound pretty fantastic, with Jake getting into it too. The witness then reveals it was the man at the end who killed her brother. The short length, hilarious punchline, and catchy song make this whole scene totally addictive.
I never wanna hear you say,
woo! I want it that way.
Ah, chills. Literal chills.
It was number 5. Number 5 killed my brother.
Oh my god, I forgot about that part.
Number 3, the test, friends. Okay, so we might be bending the definition of a scene with this entry. The one with the embryos sees Joey and Chandler make a bet with Monica and Rachel as to who knows who best.
I just can't believe that you think that you and Chandler know me and Rachel better than we know you.
Well, we do. You can only eat Tic Tacs and even numbers. Yeah, what's that about?
It quickly escalates into a pseudo game show with Ross asking the questions. The test offers hilarious insights about each contestant, while also featuring great banter and rivalry between the friends. Although funny throughout, the final lightning round and the unexpected conclusion really seal the deal.
Chandler was how old when he first touched a girl's breast?
14?
No, 19.
Thanks, man.
Joey had an imaginary childhood friend. His name was...
Maurice!
Correct. His profession was...
Oh, Space Cowboy!
Correct!
It may not have created a singular catchphrase like a certain couch moving scene, but we love it anyway.
Pivot! 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 Pivot!
Number 2, what Cersei does to the great sept of Baelor, Game of Thrones. Being the pop cultural juggernaut that it was, Game of Thrones has a ton of rewatchable moments. The infamous Red Wedding is pure reaction video gold.
The Lannisters send their regards.
However, we would argue that the climax of the season 6 finale is even more rewatchable. Queen Cersei is due to arrive at a trial at the Sept of Baelor for her many crimes. But instead it's revealed that she's stashed wildfire below the religious building, which she uses to blow it up, taking many of her rivals out at once.
Cersei understands the consequences of her absence, and she is absent anyway, which means she does not intend to suffer those consequences. The trial can wait. We all need to leave.
The amazing and slowly building musical score, as well as the fiery visuals, make this sequence one that, like a fine wine, only gets better over time. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. No Soup for You, Seinfeld. The show about nothing has dozens, if not hundreds, of iconic scenes. Yet this is perhaps the most famous. The gang starts going to a soup stand, whose owner is infamously nicknamed the Soup Nazi.
It's very important not to embellish on your order. No extraneous comments, no questions, no compliments.
Oh boy, I'm really scared.
Elaine!
His very particular set of rules about ordering is harsh yet efficient. So when Elaine flouts basically all of them by acting casually when it's her turn, greatness is inevitable. From drumming her hands on the counter to comparing the Soup Nazi to Al Pacino, she gets everything wrong. His furious reaction leads to not only him issuing Elaine a year-long ban, but also his utterance of the show's most famous catchphrase.
Very good. Very good. You know something? No soup for you! Come back 1 year!
Not for the first time, but it's this scene that makes it stick. Is there a must-watch TV scene we forgot? We give you the green light to tell us your favorites in the comments. Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.